Greetings folks, today we are talking builds. So Pasta, what have you been cooking for us? It's been forever since the last build came out. Well, we are hungry, we are starving for new ways to inflict pain upon others and feel that deep pitch void tugging at the strings of our very soul. Should you use it? Are you strong enough to leave a like and subscribe? I guess we will never know. So what exactly is a soul cube? Unlike wands, soul cubes have to be charged, cannot be upgraded, and you cannot have relics slotted in. So they suck, right? Not exactly, my friend, because there are some very strong cubes out there. They charge fast and will work as you were having two spells equipped, so they will benefit from all the dual cast perks. If you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, that's okay, because in this video I will go through everything you need to know. Gear, alternative options, where to find all these items, skill tree and attributes, as well as a proper leveling section. Let's begin! Okay, let's look at our gear. My favorite is Prism of the Maelstrom, a very balanced cube. Normally, if you know status effects, they have a build-up, except for Bleed and Frailty, which are just stacks. This cube doesn't care about build-up. If something is not immune, it will burn, it will be poisoned, it will freeze. And it's really funny, you pop this one and everything gets frozen. Falls to the ground like, yeah. So, just for that alone, it's pure comedy. Now, there is a but here. You do not choose the element that you inflict, luckily it will charge super fast. However, if you do not like Maelstrom, because you're like, oh my god, Pasta, my marksman bonus, I want to stay 200 kilometers away. No worries. We have Captain Lear's Revenge, which the range is a little longer, but it's not infinite. The issue with this cube is that you need to finish Sarras. The damage is good, however, there is a problem. This cube doesn't benefit from the new Reveler boots. I used my very scuffed microwave timer, and indeed it doesn't work, which is sad. If you do damage regularly, it will not take you half a minute to charge it. In Act 1, you have the Crippling core, amazing cube for leveling, and you can even use this later. Charge time is a little longer than with Maelstrom. However, in Act 1, go prepared to the boss, you stagger them, they cannot fight back. Literally, amazing. The last alternative that I will suggest is the Holocore. Holocore is amazing if you have a lot of mana. It will deal a lot of damage. The only issue is that I don't like to charge the Holocore, but you can pre-charge the Holocore before a fight. So maybe you go in, use Holocore, you switch to another cube, and then whatever, right? For spells, I did the entire game with Poison Spray, except during the tool house. I used Scorching Pathway. If you have no intention of crafting and you go welfare, just use Full Royale. It's fine if you're playing in normal or whatever, you can even finish the game in Full Royale. If you're crafting, however, I will suggest you to craft Frozen Seer, helmet and chest crafted from Act 3. You can even make the gloves. I didn't do the gloves. I ran out of materials and I didn't want to farm more remors. For pants, we're gonna use Spellwarden. And for boots, we're gonna use Spellwarden. Now, before you rush in Act 2 and craft yourself the Spellwarden, the reason I'm using the boots and not the Reveler is because I finished Sarras. So, the last perk of Sarras will work like this. Every time you cast your soul cube, for 10 seconds you will lower your mana consumption by 50%. So I can actually afford to use Spellwarden. If you're struggling mana-wise, you have two options. Either you add a Night Stalker gloves, which will give you a lot of mana regeneration when you crit, or just use Reveler. You can even dump your mana out before combat. A small note for relics on armor, put random trash. Of course, the best relic that you could put here is if you farm Sapphire Wave. You can farm them in the tool house at night in Act 2, and then you slot in all the Sapphire Waves, and then you become God tier mage cuber gamer. Back item, Thorns of the Netherbloom. Before I used this wood mantle that I cannot spell for some reason. It's good, so if you're lazy, this one. In Act 1, you will use, of course, Priestess Cloak, or even Wings of the Oracle if you're like super giga lazy and you're broke. For Amulet, we're gonna use Archdruid because we want mana. The alternative will be, of course, Pendant. During leveling, Horned Warden, and before that, Waning Moon. How do I get Archdruid? Do all the Druid shrines in Act 3. Same with Hornet. This is from Act 2. And Act 1, please do the Druid Shrine. You have a lot of rewards, like, do it. For pants, we use, of course, Spellwarden. If you don't want to use Spellwarden, you can use Royal, Night Stalker. Choice is really up to you. 4 rings. Now, luckily, due to the addition of the last DLC, we can get a second mana ring in the base game. Location is the same. It's in the small jump in the tavern. During the leveling section, I show how I got all these items. Do not worry. Now let's look at attributes and then skill tree. Okay, so the minimum requirement do not exist because your main stats are perception and spirituality. However, I will still advise 10 points in endurance during leveling. We are out of combat, so our stats kinda suck. But when we drop our mana, they become way better. How do I locate these during leveling? So, you can do what I did, which is the Giga Chad version, which you go directly 20 points of spirituality. Because, to be honest, like, leveling in this build is super easy. Or you can be a normal person. If you're a normal person, you do 6. Then you do 6. Then you do 15. Then you do 10. Then you do 20. You go at least 10 points in perception. And afterwards, if you want more points in endurance, or you can even afford some points in practicality, not too many though in this build. Okay, let's start with the skill tree. We start in spirituality, mana battery, power in swiftness, arcane conduit maxed, 1 point in armor of the master, only 1 maximum. So, from time to time, I get a question. Why are you putting points in Marksman? Marksman is a universal multiplier. It will affect most things, including spells. So, 3 points in Exploitation Affliction, 1 point in Soulcube Mastery, Clean Energy. Then we go Invigorating Energy, Arcane Teaching, Charged Cantrip, Infused Incantation will work with cubes. 1 point in Extra Lucky, Critical Cascade. In Red Death, Max Plaguewraight. Plaguewraight is the difference between you being alive or dead. Tiresome Wave. In Spirituality, get Sorcerer Efficiency maxed. Do not forget this one. Max Mana Battery, Arcane Mark, Imbibed by the Element, Elemental Infusion, 1 point in Respite, Critical Aegis, Bloodthirst. If you want to get Bloodthirst earlier, you can absolutely do it. 1 point in Deep Wound, so you have a chance to proc Bleed, extra lucky. Then go for the Ice Down. If you are higher level, points in Red Death, you can invest more in Arcane Teaching, Elemental Shock. I would take them if I was higher level. Finish taking, go for the Eyes. You can get Swift and First because extra movement speed gets converted in extra damage after all. So these are all sources of damage you can take on top. Okay, let's talk about Sarras Point. We are not gonna play Warrior or Rogue. Forget about those for this build. We start with Mana Spring. This one will help a lot with sustain. Recovery. Amazing. Relic Hunter. As I told you, put random stuff in your gear if you don't want to farm with for relics. Any armor relic, it's fine. Doesn't matter. You just need to have that slot filled in. And then take Infinity Cube. Super important. Afterwards, you go with Ebb and Flow and Overcasting. Now I will leave you to the leveling section. As usual, you can choose whatever life path you want, but I will start as a healer to get blood transfusion early. Get the bonus HP statuette, the guard key that you need, recipe for food. Try to not waste lockpicks because we need a few. In this room, we can get a letter for a side quest, lockpicks. Potions, we need at least 1 health potion to trade later. Get the pickaxe. Get the recipe, get the key, kill this guy or talk to him, doesn't matter, get the tag from his body, get mana potions inside this cabinet. Now to kill the next NPC we need this all, so we need to open this door. Behind this door there is an origin potion that you should take as well. Killing this guy is optional, it will give you an armor and some extra XP, the choice is up to you. Provoke him, run quickly to the hole. Go in first person, it's easier this way. Just wait for it. Don't stay too close to the hole. And don't let the bleed stack fall off. Nice, loot him. If you want, you can loot the materials and the recipe for the life leech potion here. I don't need either. Instead, we run down. Jump down. This way you can go and kill the monk. We don't need the stamina ring, so that is optional. What is important is that you go to this lady.
It's still, they wouldn't be.
And you get a mana ring. Get a shovel. There are several that you can get even in Act 1, so if you forget, doesn't matter. Talk to the guy, doesn't matter the option. We're gonna kill him. Slowly pull him. Don't go too far from him, don't go too close. Don't worry about the bleed stack, just don't let him kill you.
A good strike, but I won't fall so easy.
Okay.
A good strike,
Perfect.
but I won't.
Then execute. Congratulations, a lot of XP and some gold. For early Act 1, we're gonna use blood transfusion. Get the recipe here. And another tag from the keeper. Come here in this small peninsula. Talk with this thing.
It's
Buy 3 antlers. You can kill deers if you want, but
have a safe.
this is the fastest way. Come here. Offer the antlers. Okay, once we are going south, we're gonna do several things that are important. Do all the druid shrines. There are 7 for each act besides Sarras. We will get permanent bonuses and, well, a final bonus when we do all of them. Get the novice ring. Then you want to come here. Dig. This is our weapon for now, before we switch to cube. Okay, once you are here, we're gonna get our first fire spell. And that is gonna be Flame Torrent. Once you come here, we can get our first set, regardless of what you did in the tutorial. It has very low requirements and will boost mana regeneration. Here you can get another Potion of Origin and a Keeper tag, so take them. You need to come here anyway for the Druid Shrine here. Once you're north, get the Priestess Cape from the body as well. You can do the All Mother Shrines as well for extra bonus HP. Okay, once you're here, you need to come here, jump all across the stones. You want to go there, and there is a spell there that we can take. Get the blood ring here. Then you want to carefully go down here. And then carefully, don't be a dummy, don't jump there because you will die. Perfect. Okay, it's time to get our next upgrade set. Spellslinger, be careful here. Inside this chest, break it open. And we're gonna switch some pieces. Perfect. And this is the final reward for the Druid Shrines in Act 1. 10% max health. It's in the status tab. Okay, it's time to get a new spell, just in case you don't want to use fire. Poison Spray is amazing for most of the game. One of my favorite spells. Just be careful to not fall because you will die. Okay, our second cube, you can get this one early or you can kill the bounty. I will get the cube and then kill the bounty later. Just need to run. Then this body here will have the Crippling core, which is gonna be our main boss killer during leveling, can also be used later. What matters really is the instant stagger, because when you're low level you cannot stagger anything really. Okay, once you're in the keep, you want to talk with this guy. Be careful, you need to choose a specific option. This one, it's hard to believe. Go in the inventory, click on the book, and you can see 1 perception point. Okay, once you come here, you want to jump, get this relic for your armor. There is also an extra relic you can grab on this arm as well. Okay, in the stronghold, you want to get 2 spells that are quite good. First one is Scorching Blast, high mana cost, really high damage. And the second one is here, Winter Crone's Wrath. Okay, once we have access to the Old Mother Temple, which is this zone here, see? Talk with Uguay and buy the Crushed Pilgrim Bone. Okay, now you can of course do this earlier. Jump without falling and get your mana ring. Good. Then we're gonna replace the old mana ring with a new one. Okay, once you are here in the northern part of the map, you want to do the guild questline for 2 extra points of spirituality. And of course the resin to make our backpack.
And if I...
Talk to the guy, ignore him, doesn't matter. Easy. And you want to continue the quest. As you continue the quest, kill the last bandits that stand in your way. Then you want to come here for an origin potion. You need to come here in the good druid. And here we have our battle mage set. Alright. Now we need to do the crypt. 2 important things we need in the crypt. The first one is here. Pre-perception book. Do it, get it. Then you want to come this way after you deal with the necromancer. Jump up. Get the loot that you want. The important one for you is this one. Permanent extra mana. Okay, when you finish Act 1, you want to enter from the right entrance, the north gate, because it's much easier than the one up top. Unless you want a good time, in that case you can go up if you want. In Act 2, we're gonna rush a couple of items, make sure you have enough gold. First, Pilgrim Bone from Filth, and then here you want to talk with Bonksy and buy the ashes. Okay, now it's time to start to work for our next soul cube. You need to do 2 quests to do this. Look for another job. You need to do this at night. Then you want to enter here and do the instance. Then you want to go back,
I didn't so.
turn in the quest,
Oh, I meant what thing?
and pick the new one. Okay, once you're inside, don't forget to get the scroll for the quest here. Then drop down. Then you want to run. If you want to kill the mobs. All the way down. Here is the object for the quest for Filth anyway. And boom, we have it, as well as another scroll. Okay, for our next step, we need to start the Red Death questline in the hospital. Talk with this NPC and just follow, not many choices really. Once you're in the Red Death Fortress, or the Tool House, which is the actual name, you can do some funny stuff. Pull all the mobs and get up here and just let them come, doesn't matter. Because we have our this thing, we can really charge this fast. And I mean this a lot. Look at them flying! Okay, once you cleaned all this garbage on the floor, which I will not do because, well, I'm lazy, talk with the totem here, get the bonus points in exchange for some health, and continue the quest. Like, look how... This is ridiculous. Come on, man. What is this? Like, oh my god, that's... that's broken. What is this? Don't forget to continue the Alchemist Guild questline until you get to this step. Then you deliver the brains.
Thanks. Before out.
And you get your 2 logs. Don't forget to consume them, of course. Don't forget to do all the druid shrines. As well in Act 2 and in Act 3. You will get a final reward and a very good spell as well. Once you are here, don't forget to get the Morgaine sensor. There is one more in Act 2 you can get as well. In the link in description there is gonna be all occasional bonus items that you can collect. Okay, in Act 2, before you finish the act, or even if you miss it and you already came here, you can come back here easily. Take the elevator, go down. And then in this chest you want to take the holocore. Okay, after you finish Act 2, You need to do the hidden end quest,
I am Orin,
which will send you
Your
here.
Majesty.
Clean the mobs. For you, they're gonna be very easy to kill anyway. Then you want to crouch here. And then get the amulet here. Don't leave yet, there is another item we want. From the kitchen you want to go down.
My king. I am...
The Spellwarden recipe. That's what you want.
My king.
When you finish Act 2, you will receive this invitation. If you don't have the invitation, you need to claim the anniversary DLC from the store.
For the once and future king!
Then you just want to kill them. Again, not much of a challenge. And from this guy, you want the boots. Well, just loot everything, free gold, but still. Okay, once you're in Act 3, in the southern east area, you want to do the Shrine of the Bear for some extra HP. Very easy, you just need some pelts. Once you're here, you want to talk with this guy. Doesn't matter the option, just go through all of them and you get a bonus consumable.
Here, fair.
Okay, in Act 3, one of your first priorities, even before you hit Sarras, is to do the Druid Shrines. So, you get 10 extra % critical chance. Okay, once you're in Sarras, you want to go in the Incense Cave with some gold, possibly.
May the
And then you want to buy the ashes. Okay, once you're here, you can buy a pilgrim bone from this creature. Do it.
What? Don't drift.
Perfect. Okay, for our crafted sets, you have two options. If you want to do the Thorns of Netherbloom, you already have the resin from the Alchemist questline. You want to go in this cave here. It's gonna be in the final chamber. Otherwise, you can also skip that and buy the recipes here. I'm lazy, so I'm gonna buy them both. Here is the recipe for the Netherbloom, and here is the Frozen Seer. Okay, to get our Captain Lear revenge, we need to finish Sarras, so this section will contain spoilers. In case you didn't finish Sarras yet, you're warned. And there we have it.